Hey everyone, and welcome to Top Think. Today, we'll learn about how to be alone, 9 ways to flourish by yourself. Now let's begin. Do you have a hard time being alone? Solitude comes naturally to some people, while others find it strange and uncomfortable. You might feel weird whenever the room gets too quiet. Maybe you feel at home in busy environments, surrounded by people, voices, and music. While spending time alone may not come naturally to you, anyone can learn to embrace and enjoy these quiet moments of solitude. Now, for many people, their alone time is a respite from the busyness of their social lives. Solitude provides a sense of freedom and self-discovery that's difficult to find in social settings. Each quiet moment is an opportunity to discover more about who you are, deepening your relationship with yourself as well as your relationships with others. As you gradually understand yourself, you depend less on others to define who you are and what you're worth. The better you know yourself, the more confidently that you can build relationships, pursue personal goals, and create a satisfying life. However, there's one big problem standing in the way. It's a problem that primarily exists in our heads. Many people don't enjoy spending time alone, thanks to a widespread stigma about people who navigate the world in solitude. For example, if you see someone eating a meal alone, you might think, wow, that person must not have any friends. They must be very lonely. There's a big difference between loneliness and being alone. You can be comfortable and happy in perfect solitude. On the other hand, you can be surrounded by people and still feel empty and isolated. In other words, the number of people in your environment doesn't determine how happy or lonely you feel, so long as you know and understand yourself. So if you're secure in who you are and you're comfortable in your own skin, you can find happiness and fulfillment with or without other people. Luckily, anyone can develop enough confidence and self-esteem to enjoy their alone time. And in this video, we're going to discuss 9 concrete things that you can do to develop and embrace your independence. Give these things a chance and you'll flourish all by yourself. Number 1. Total freedom. In social settings, we're expected to adjust our behavior, to mind our manners, and to cater to the interests of others. But when you're alone, you don't have to cater to anyone. No one's going to judge you, nobody will criticize your choices or take up your time. As obvious as it sounds, the best thing about being alone is that you're totally alone. If you want to thrive in solitude, then don't be afraid to relax, to let go, and to spread out. Start living like nobody's watching. Play your music loudly, dance around the room without a care in the world, lounge around in your comfiest clothes, or no clothes at all. If you can relax and let down your walls, then you can be your most vulnerable and authentic self. Once you discover the total freedom of being alone, you may have a hard time going back. Number 2. Thinking your thoughts. You may struggle in solitude because you're uncomfortable with silence. You need conversation, music, and other forms of stimulation to occupy your mind. Otherwise, you're alone with your thoughts, forcing you to confront that little voice in your head. So if you want to flourish by yourself and truly enjoy your time alone, then practice thinking your thoughts. In other words, set aside a few minutes every day to sit in silence and simply think. You don't have to mull over anything in particular. You don't have to solve all the world's problems or generate meaningful ideas. All you need to do is rest comfortably in silence and listen to your mind work. Gradually, you'll become comfortable with a voice inside your head. You'll gain better control over your thoughts, discovering a certain peace and stability within the confines of your mind. If there's one thing you take away from this video, then let it be this. Get comfortable with the voice inside your head because it's not going anywhere. Number 3. A social hiatus. If you want to make the most of your alone time, then you may benefit from a brief hiatus from social media. Stepping away from these busy social platforms allows you to explore your interior world with more depth and concentration. When you're not distracted by other people's conflicts and expectations, you stop comparing your life to the lives of others and you start appreciating the world right in front of you. Stepping away from social media also reminds you what it feels like to live exclusively for yourself. Image and reputation are undoubtedly important, but are you happy with your life outside of social media? If the answer is no, then a short hiatus may be exactly what you need. Take a break from social media and spend some quality time with yourself. And that way, you can figure out what's truly important to you. Number 4. Comforting companions. Now, you don't have to be completely alone to enjoy your alone time. If you're one of the many people intimidated by complete solitude, then you may benefit from the company of a non-human companion. Pets like dogs, cats, and even hamsters make excellent companions for people who still want to know themselves on a deeper level. Pets are sources of joy and comfort without encroaching on your independence. They also give you someone to talk to during longer periods of solitude, and even if your pet never talks back, the presence of another living thing is immensely comforting. So adopt a dog, foster a cat, bring a new companion into your life. With a furry friend by your side, you can get to know yourself without ever being truly alone. Number 5. Beauty and solitude. How much time do you spend in nature? Many people only engage with the natural world by way of social engagements. For example, you might play a team sport or go on hikes with your friends. These excursions into nature are fun and meaningful, but when you're surrounded by people, it's harder to engage with nature in a personal and private way. But when you're alone, on the other hand, you may experience a stronger connection to the natural world, gathering energy and inspiration by admiring the beauty in the world around you. So the next time you're alone, try exploring the outdoors. Walk through a nearby park, hike up to a tall overlook, build a little garden in your backyard. Each of these activities encourages you to practice gratitude and to cherish the little things like a refreshing breeze or the warmth of sunshine. On a grander scale, it reminds you that you are a part of something bigger than yourself. It's really hard to be lonely when you have Mother Nature to keep you company. Number 6. Dating yourself. Have you ever taken yourself out for a nice meal? There's a widespread stigma in our culture against eating alone. Many people assume that eating alone is sad and lonely, but there's nothing wrong with enjoying a meal by yourself. In fact, why stop at dinner? If you really want to get to know yourself, then take yourself out for a night on the town. Go wherever you want, eat wherever you want, and enjoy the experience without having to entertain anyone else. If you can overcome the social stigma, then dating yourself can be empowering, enlightening, and a whole lot of fun. Number 7. Strategic hobbies. Getting to know yourself is like meeting a new person. Anytime you meet someone new, it's helpful to find common ground, to bond over a mutual interest or activity. It turns out that you can use the same strategy to make the most of your alone time. Just start by choosing a hobby that you want to learn or a goal that you want to achieve. You might pick something creative like learning to draw or practicing an instrument. You can also choose a practical goal like building a website or running a marathon. Each of these activities provides a lens through which you can better understand and relate to yourself. Number 8. Get off the grid. Like most people, you may never leave the house without your phone. Anytime you go anywhere, your phone is glued to your hand. You check your phone every few minutes, and your ears are always listening for calls and messages. If you really want to flourish in solitude, then try spending a day or even a few hours without your phone. Put your rings on silent, slip your phone into a drawer, and free yourself from the mental burden of constant communication. Now, to be clear, there's nothing wrong with using your phone. Smartphones make our lives faster and easier, but it's important to remember that your phone is a tool and it's not a part of who you are. So every once in a while, spend a little time off the grid. You may discover that life without a phone is more peaceful than you thought. Number 9. Solo adventures. As you become more comfortable in solitude, then try stepping out of your comfort zone by going on a solo adventure, like venturing into the wilderness or backpacking through a foreign country. Yeah, these kinds of adventures can be challenging, but they also teach you a tremendous amount about yourself and your limits. Each adventure offers you a unique opportunity to reflect on who you are and how you live. As a result, you may change your habits, you may reconsider your priorities in life, you may overcome a personal challenge, discovering that you're stronger and more capable than you realized. Hey, even if you're not ready to book a one-way ticket overseas, find small ways to push your boundaries. Go on short solo adventures in your city. Do things that you've never done before, because each experience helps you understand yourself a little bit better. Hey, thank you for watching Top Think, and be sure to subscribe because more incredible content is on the way.